Well, we've all known that conservatives are grossly underrepresented in movies for 50 years now, but there's one man on YouTube who's trying to make a change as far as that goes. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Whittle here with Steve Green and Scott Ott. And if you've been around long enough, you know that I often comment on the pop culture and also comment about our Second Amendment rights. But I have to tell you guys, I've sent you a clip that's about 48 seconds, and I don't know if I've ever seen anybody so eloquently put these two things together as this gentleman.
Wait! Come here, you stupid bitch!
Technically,
done.
Technically, it's called you're in a slasher movie, but this is why they don't put conservatives into horror films. The guy's name is Jaydaddy. He's got a bunch of these things. I don't know. There's so many reasons why I love this. I would have laughed a lot harder, except it was the 25th time I saw the thing. First of all, Steve, I think my favorite part of this is how he kicks butt. Like they did in Evil Dead, but he's screaming like a little girl the whole time, and that just adds such a layer to the whole thing, you know?
Oh, I'm glad you brought up the Evil Dead, because that was that movie and the first sequel, which was pretty much a remake of the
Evil Dead 2
first
and
one with a bigger budget, and then the third one, Army of Darkness, are just three of my favorite horror movies of all time.
They're fantastic.
And I'm not a huge slasher fan, and I guess technically the first two weren't quite slasher movies, but they featured an incredible amount of gore, comically done, and Bruce Campbell, of course, just sold it.
Best.
And that's what this guy did. What did you say his name was?
Jaydaddy. I'll put a link in the description.
He just sold it, and my favorite part, I'm chuckling the whole time, but when I really lost it is even after he had Chucky on the ground, he pulls out the pistol, and he must have put 5 or 6
mag
rounds.
Dumps it. Yeah, just mag dumps it.
Just brilliantly executed humor. And the thing is, this is kind of the brilliance of American culture, just the pervasiveness of American pop culture. Even if you aren't a slasher fan, how many of those bad guys did you recognize?
Yeah.
All of them? Probably all of them. And just watching Michael Myers from... No, I'm sorry, not Michael Myers. Jason, watching Jason from the Friday the 13th movies in the familiar ski mask, which, by the way, didn't become a thing until the third movie, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've watched all the dang movies. Watching him back out the door when confronted with the RPG, because Jason was he was the stalker who never ran, never moved quickly, just kept coming at you, and so watching him nope out was just
chef's
brilliant,
kiss.
Brilliant stuff, and what a great way to skewer a character that we've known for almost 50 years now. Just great stuff.
But how many times have you, as a conservative, you've watched these movies and you just think, does nobody own a gun? Any of these people own a gun?
Of these people, yeah.
Or a shotgun or a chainsaw or a rocket launcher of their own or anything? Because it kind of makes the movie go a little shorter. Speaking of making the movie go shorter, Scott, he's doing something here that's just, it's as old as cinema. The technical term in the business is he undercranked it. When they were making movies by hand, you would try to crank it to get normal speed. If you undercranked it, it meant everything would be sped up.
Yeah.
And so he's accelerated the pace of this, and the cuts are so frenetic. There's just nonstop action that just, I don't know, it just trips a circuit in your head. It's just brilliant comedy work and much, much funnier than anything you're going to see on network TV ever.
Well, and that's one of the things I noticed was that fast cut methodology. Like he made this, he followed, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg kind of action sequence, quick cuts. And I didn't know about the cranking thing. That's a little more behind behind the scenes than I'm aware of. But I did notice how quickly he cut that, and that's what really gives it punch, I think. I have not seen any of these movies except like 50 years ago I saw Halloween. And so that was the only one I was aware of. But like Steve says, I've seen these characters in the culture. You know, they're just out there. And so I was aware of the genre and I was aware of the types without having to know the details. So I could laugh at it even not having seen the movies. And it did answer for me, you know, anytime you go to a movie where some helpless victim is being stalked by some bad guy, you know, as Eddie Murphy used to joke, you know, people are talking to the screen, you know. And
yeah. Don't go in the room.
Eddie Murphy was like, yeah, what you gonna do now? You done dropped your pistol when you busted the window. You know, he's like yelling at the screen. But it's true. It's like everybody's unarmed in these movies. Not only that, but my sense is, maybe this is different in some films that I haven't seen, but I think some of the threatening characters in these movies are some of the least limber characters I've ever seen. They're slow and hulking and, you know, just kind of staggering through life. They couldn't, if anybody had a weapon, they would never get near them. You know, they would just be knocked out. So anyway, it was very funny the way he pulled it together. Apparently low budget and yet sells it really well. And I just think that kind of thing is going to be attractive to a lot of people. And it's going to resonate not just with people who are already gun owners or conservatives or whatever, but just normal people who go to see movies like this who maybe don't agree with us politically will be thinking to themselves, yeah.
The thing I think that, you know, if you really want to move this into the realm of the deeply metaphysically philosophical.
That's where I thought we were going.
Yeah. Is that what he's managed to capture with this absurdity is what I've always thought would be the case in reality if I ever did have to use a handgun to defend myself. And that is that I like to think that I suspect that if it ever came to that, I would be both terrified and confident at the same time.
Yes.
These are my prayers, right? I'm not nearly naive enough to think that I wouldn't be scared out of my mind. I just like to think that I'd be able to hit the target while I'm shrieking like a little child and hiding under the covers.
Yeah.
So anyway, good on you there, Jaydaddy, and he's got a bunch of others there that are just off the hook. We just can't really show them here because I think people would either throw up or they'd have an aneurysm laughing so hard. The internet is a miraculous thing, and I don't think I've watched network television in 10 years because of guys like this. For Steve Green and Scott Ott, I'm Bill Whittle. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time here on Right Angle.